Right, kia ora. We are at the Tongariro National Park, YHA, because
we're about to start the Tongariro Great Walk in about 20 minutes, and you can see kind of through the clouds
the mountain just over there. So that is Ruapehu. It's looking a little cloudy right now. But
it is super hot out.
Yeah.
Super beautiful. This YHA in the national park is so beautiful.
Yeah, do recommend this one.
Yeah.
It's quite nice.
We've got all the UV gear on.
Yes.
And I'm going to be hiking with 2 hats on and my buff like this.
Yeah.
Because there's no shade up there and the UV is so high today, so.
Yeah, so it's going to be bouncing off the rocks. We're going to be prepared and we're going to take you guys with us. So come
Great
along.
Walk numero 2.
Alright, so here's a quick look at the map of what we did for the Tongariro circuit. So we did it a little bit differently than people normally do it, starting at Mangate Popo Car Park rather than Whakapapa Village, which is where the loop normally starts. So we started up here at Mangate Popo Hut, which is a car park, and then started over the Tongariro crossing. Instead of going left towards Blue Lake, we turned right towards the Emerald Lakes, and then had our first night at Oturere Hut. Our second day came down to Waihohonu Hut, and then our third day, we crossed by the Tama Lakes and came back to Whakapapa Village to catch our shuttle home. All right, we're on the trail. We've literally just come in from the car park, which is back there.
I've got 2 hats on and as much sun protection as humanly possible.
Yeah, it is supposed to be a scorcher today, although there is supposed to be some cloud coverage in the afternoon, which would be nice for us. So onwards and upwards. Here we go, Tongariro. All right, so we're at our first signpost. The Mangate Popo Car Park is where we came from, back that away. And we are looking for the Tongariro Alpine crossing.
This is a whole new level
of sun protection.
Get used to it though.
Yeah, it's gonna be 3 days of this. Here we go, and there, up ahead, is Natahoe, which is Mount Doom in Lord of the Rings. And we're getting close to it. All right, so we've started climbing the slope. It's a good little walk. So there's the track down there. You can kind of see the white line all the way of where we've been. And then where that mound is, way out there, is kind of like where we started-ish. So we still got a ways to go. Yeah, we're getting there. These are the stairs going up. I don't know if they look steep on the camera, but they are pretty steep. The wind is starting to pick up too as we get higher, so.
Kind of nice.
Kind of nice, yeah, it cools us down for sure. Anyways, we'll continue on over this crest and see what's on the other side. All right, so we've reached the plateau. We've climbed up that kind of cliff face that we were on before. There's a couple of toilets and this sheer rock wall. And then just behind us here, where it starts to get a bit red, is the red crater, which is supposed to be quite amazing. So we're looking forward to that. And then we're on the other side of Natahoe now, and it's so red up there. Like, it's crazy looking. It looks very volcanic now. All right, guys, this is jaw-dropping. It feels like we're on Mars or something right now. Like, look at the ground and look at those walls over there. This is astounding. So normally this place in the summer is just crawling with folks. Like, this is the most popular hike on the North Island, one of the most famous in the whole country, and it's just empty right now. I mean, there's 2 people way down there. We just passed a guy in the green just down there, but when we were down in the crater, as you saw, there's like absolutely no one there. So cool. Like, it's pretty extraordinary to be this lucky. I mean, it's unfortunate, obviously, that COVID's happening everywhere else, but this is just so rare now. Like, some of these hikes are just so popular and so
almost over touristed, they say. So it's pretty extraordinary to get to witness it and hike it ourselves at a time when it's pretty much only for countrymen and women to climb. Oh my goodness, just got to the ridge. Wowzers, I've been chatting. Look at this view, unreal. Woo, it's a bit windy. This is pretty cool, man. Unbelievable. Look how amazing this is. Like, I don't even know if the camera's doing anything, to be honest, but it's so gorgeous. I just can't believe what we're looking at, to be honest. So cool. All right, we've made the climb to the top of the first embankment. There's actually two. You can see there's a second point up there. That's what we're aiming for now, and then I think it's all downhill. We're hoping it's all downhill. Down the other side of this thing. But it is pretty barren up here.
Alright guys, this is my version of we made it to the top-ish. Simon's up ahead and we've got to keep going. And I just have no energy. I'm so hungry. I've eaten some snacks, but mostly I'm so thirsty and we don't have that much water left because it's just such a hot day.
Take it back. I think this is the red crater. Holy smokes. This is out of control. This is insane. Every part of this trip is just like from a different planet. All right, we're now at the summit. There's Red Crater and there is Blue Lake. I don't know if you can see it, but I can see it. And it's beautiful. It kind of looks like Crater Lake from our Rainbow Mountain hike when we went to Waiotapu in Rotorua. There's two of them. A little baby one and then a big mama over there. So I'm walking through scree right now. It's so slippery. Look how volcanic this landscape looks. And just back where we were up ahead, up there was like a spot where there was like hot steam coming like straight out of the ground. It was pretty intense. I could feel it on my skin, which was a bit gnarly, just like this walkway is. All right, so we've just gotten down to the intersection with Blue Lake. So if you keep going that way, you get to Blue Lake. Also, if you're just doing the Tongariro crossing, you go that way. But we are looping to the right to Oturere Hut, which says it's an hour and a half away. So that's good. It's about 4 o'clock for us right now. So should get there hopefully around dinner time. And then we'll whip up the tent and whip up some pasta.
Oh, yum.
Yummer. Sarah's a hungry gal. Good job, buddy. That was awesome.
Good job, you.
That's a heck of a walk. This is our road right now, and it's steaming over there. You can see all that volcanic steam coming off the earth over there. Pretty gnarly. This is pretty epic. We just came from up there. It's super cloudy now, and this was crazy steep and slippery. I had a bit of a wipeout. Cut my elbow open. Gonna have to do some CPR, and it reeks right now. Whew. it stinks so bad of rotten eggs down here because we're getting all those like sulfuric gases just like coming down on us right now. But we're walking down into this valley. It's quite beautiful, and our hut is somewhere down here, we hope. So onwards we go. All right, we've just come down like I'd say the hardest part, honestly, from Blue Lake back down here. It is steep. That wall behind me, I don't know if the camera is really doing it much justice, but it is so steep and so slippery. And like I did wipe out once, almost wiped out a couple times. It was pretty wild. We've been hiking a fair ways now, just trying to shield the sun. This looks like legitimately like Mordor from Lord of the Rings. It is just so rocky and barren and crazy, and there's the volcano up there. All right, at long last, we see our hut down there. We have been hiking a long time. It's been 4 hours. We've probably been out here for 5, but actually moving for 4, and we've hiked 14 kilometers now. Very hot, and our packs are heavy. We're looking for a good rest.
All right, guys, so we haven't really vlogged since we got to the hut. We have set up our campsite. This is our view. Here's our tent. There's the hut. Really nice people, really nice hut. Tomorrow's supposed to be a pretty easy day. So it's supposed to take about 3 hours. And I think it's mostly flat. I think that's all for now. We're gonna do an update together about how the day went and stuff like that. So that's probably next. All right, guys, so here's our setup inside. I lied, by the way, about Simon and I being next with our review. I'm just setting up my thermarest, which my sister got me for Christmas and gave to me early so I could use it. So I'm really excited. I hope I'm in for a comfy sleep.
Hey.
Hi.
Are you vlogging without me?
Yes.
Yeah. Is that bug out of here?
Yeah, was it the huge fly?
Yeah.
I opened it and just whacked the fly gently until it
get
left. Yeah, it left. Anyways, I told them we'd update them on our thoughts.
Thoughts. I've got thoughts.
Okay.
It was good. Honestly, I'm trying to debate whether it's like harder or less difficult than the white-headed moana.
I think the heat made it really hard today. There's no shade at all.
No
Hence
shade.
why I was in 2 hats.
The scree, I think, made it harder, but
The scree was hard.
I felt more tired on the white-headed moana, I think, than today. It's beautiful, like
Stunning, very different.
It is the craziest landscape I've ever seen.
Me too.
It was
And I've got my Tongariro pajama shirt.
Oh, you're ready.
One of my coworkers got that for me. This is a beautiful site. It's definitely doable. I think we felt a bit of pressure because we felt like we started late. Even though they normally do shuttles at 12, we were the only people. And it was very empty, but beautiful, hard, definitely need poles, definitely need boots. That's probably enough of a review because I think we're rambling. Good morning, day 2. It's just after 8 and it is getting very hot in this tent. I did not sleep very well last night. My thermarest didn't self-inflate and I didn't blow it up, which I should have because my neck and stuff hurt so bad. Also, I had to pee in the middle of the night and oh my gosh, I have never in my whole life seen stars the way we saw them last night. And I didn't even have glasses on, which I really regret, but I didn't have them in the tent. You could see the whole Milky Way. The stars looked massive. And I'm saying, like, I didn't have my glasses on. So, I should have taken my camera out and filmed a video, but I was just, like, stumbling around. I was pretty hot and tired. Anyways, I taking it slow this morning, so it's supposed to be a pretty easy day today. It's only supposed to be about 3 hours. And, yeah, we're gonna pack up and have breakfast and then hit the road. We're both really sore, though, so I think carrying packs is gonna be pretty tiring. Yeah, that's all for the update. Okay, just got out of the tent and look what we are working with. Wow, you can see everything so clearly today. Yeah. Amazing. Alright guys, so we are officially the last people left at the hut, as per semi-usual. It's not supposed to be a long day today, so we've kind of taken it slow. I think of already showed you the view. Between Simon and I, we've probably showed you the view about 100 times. Man, that volcano is looking crazy. Here's the hut. This is Tongariro. Toilet's back there. We camped over there. Beautiful little setup. I actually really liked this hut.
Yeah,
we had
it's a bit small, but it's nice.
Yeah, we had an excellent crew. Firewood. Says Merry Christmas. Outdoor sink. And then you come in here, and if you're actually sleeping in the hut, you've got beds here, drying rack, fireplace. We didn't need that at all. The ranger's cabin right there. There is a ranger on site, which is awesome. She gave us a lot of information about the weather, safety protocols. There's a bunk room, and there's a bunk room. And we left our intentions in the intentions book, which you should always do, just so that if they have to go looking for you, they can. Yeah, beautiful view. We've got our poles, absolute necessity. And we're ready to head out. It's supposed to take us about 3 hours. So we'll see how we go. Everyone said it's a pretty easy day. I hope easy meant easy walking.
It is. I think it's pretty flat. There's like one up and down, I think. But...
Okay. See ya.
All right, day 2.
Yes.
Here we go. We're heading this way, straight back towards the volcano, actually.
Alright, we've come to a spot on our hike where you can see both peaks. That's Narahoi, and this is Ruapehu. And if you read up on Maori legends and histories, there's a lot of legends about these two. They're both very taboo sacred areas, and it is such a privilege to be here. Alright, we just wanted to say that a big silver lining of no open borders has been the opportunity to experience these hikes with locals. We had the best hut ever last night, and also just with more peace. Like, there's nobody around here other than the people hiking to the next hut with us. And we've got these two beautiful sacred spaces, and we just have an open space for us to enjoy. So that's a definite silver lining, although we would love for the world to reopen and our families be able to come, etc. It's also important to appreciate, because I reckon it hasn't been like this in years, like 40 years, I don't even know.
Yeah,
but
Jock
this is very rare.
was saying that they have like 3,000 to 4,000 people a day in the summer crossing over the Tongariro Ridge, which is what we did yesterday.
Yeah.
Which is just a nuts amount of people.
And we were by ourselves.
It's just crazy to think about that many people on here.
Yeah. Right, we're gonna carry on.
Made it to the campsite. We're close. We've actually seen the hut a few times now. And here we are. There's our campsites down there.
Oh, those are nice. No shades in there.
Yeah, no shade. Maybe we can find a shady one. And a little toiletting. One thing I would say, compared to the Waikere Moana, campsites are not quite as nice, I would say. They don't have the facilities that they had on the Waikere Moana, and they're nice, like they're sandy, but they're not quite as comfy because they're not on grass, but not a big deal. I would just say, like, the biggest thing is the cooking. Like, you can cook and get water at your campsite on the Waikere Moana, whereas here you can't. So you have to go to the hut for that kind of thing. And here's the hut. This one's much newer. They just built it a few years ago. It looks very beautiful. And great view of the mountain over there. So we'll show you around.
All right, guys, Sarah taking over. It's gonna be a lot more fun. Just kidding. Simon's all belted up. All right, this is what the campsites look like. Simon has gone into the bush. I think to see if there's one in there, because it would be a lot nicer if we had some shade. We woke up this morning so hot. The sun comes up really early now, and our tent was like a little sauna, so yeah, shade would be very good. All right, I found my little forest gremlin.
Sure told us the ground was going to be a lot harder here with on the ground.
Whoops, here he is. Just doing things gremlins do.
No, I'm not. I'm cleaning up the sticks so we don't sleep on them, you fruitcake. Because someone didn't blow up her thermarest last night.
Well, I'm gonna blow it up tonight. It didn't affect you.
Good.
And I didn't complain about it, so no biggie. Shake it off, little guy. Yeah, that's what I was hoping we would get to see.
Can I have the ground sheet?
All right.
You threw it on the floor, didn't you?
I threw it on the ground because it's a ground sheet. All right, it's time for us to set up, and I don't want to get in trouble for not helping, so I'm gonna go take the lead. Just kidding. It's 50-50, and you're not a gremlin. You look good. We love the belt. That's our safety spot that we've rented, which is something I would strongly advise on this track. All right, we are heading to the spring. It's supposed to be a beautiful natural spring that you can actually drink from. It's fresh water. It's supposed to be about a 20-minute walk. We don't have packs, so that ought to feel really nice. And we're gonna fill our waters. So I'll show you when we get there. So we made it to the spring. It's not really what I was anticipating. And I couldn't really see swimming down here, but it's supposed to be very cold and very fresh, so Simon's gonna check it out. Ow. Is it like bone numbing?
It's pretty chilly.
Pretty chilly. That's what I like to hear. Let's fill our agua bottles with pretty chilly water. Guys, just wanted to share that this is actually very good water. Very, very tasty. Very cold, very fresh, and he said it's cleaner than the hot water after it's been boiled, so hope Tom's right.
Yeah. Otherwise, we're gonna be pooping our pants. All right, so we just went in. Pretty nice, eh? Sarah found it a little chilly. She enjoyed it though. Very relaxing after a long hiking day to have just like all the weariness washed away. So people have made this little like dam here, and then it made a little pool over here where we went swimming. So quite nice. And then the river continues on that way. Hello, Beanster.
Hello.
All right.
Just
what do you have to
reading
say for yourself?
a very good book right now.
Yes, Sarah has kidnapped my book.
No, I've borrowed with permission and thoroughly enjoyed.
That's
Thanks,
good.
Beanie.
No worries. So at the end of day 2 here, we were just taking in the beautiful mountain by our campground and reflecting. It's been a good day, eh?
Yeah, very good. We had an excellent day, dinner, I guess. I don't know. Excellent evening.
Lovely commentary.
We had an excellent evening, and it's beautiful out. Lovely people at the hut again.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah.
Yeah. Day 2's been awesome. Beautiful views, a lot shorter than yesterday.
Long walk tomorrow.
So we'll see ya then.
Morning day 3. We're running a bit later than we wanted to this morning, but I had to show you. Narahoe, surrounded by fog. Ruapehu. I'm just hastily packing my stuff, then gonna make us breakfast.
All right, it is 7:45. We are leaving the hut right now. Sarah's already on the trail. I'm gonna catch up to her. And yeah, we're making fairly good time. We wanted to be out the door by 7, which I think was a bit unrealistic because we would have had to get up for 5:30, which neither of us really wanted to do. But I'd say all things considered, we packed it pretty quick. We were on the road in about an hour. Breakfast, clean up, everything. So Day 3. Let's do it. Let's go. All right, I found Sarah. Hard to miss her in this hat. She's looking good. And we're on our way. 5 hours and 40 minutes to go, and we'll see you at the other end. Alright, so we've just taken a 10-minute detour down off the main track to what is known as Tama Lake. And this is it, down here.
Oh, that does look pretty cool.
Yeah, it is actually pretty neat, eh? I think the sunlight today helps a lot.
Whew.
Pretty neat, eh? Worth the walk?
Yeah, only the 10-minute one though.
Yeah, there's another one further up the mountain somewhere up there, but we're not going to go that far because it's like another 40 minutes or so. So I was just reading about the Tama Lake. So apparently down here, these are 2 craters of, or sorry, 3 actually, of 5 that were blasted up a couple 100,000 years ago. And you can see all these rocks on the side here are like some of the oldest rocks in the whole park. They're hundreds of thousands of years old. And so apparently these lakes are cool now. They're cool fresh water, so they're no longer hot. They were volcanic areas, obviously. And then up there is the upper lake, like we were saying, and that one apparently has its own type of liverwort. I have no idea what that is, but it's the only kind found in the North Island because of the fact that the volcanic, I guess, sediment is in there, so it's changed the water quality enough so that it's got its own unique little ecosystem. So it's pretty cool. Learned a lot. Now we're gonna head back towards Ruapehu and continue on the trail. We've got about half the trail left to do still, so a decent amount of walking yet to do.
Alright, so we've just gotten to the sign which tells us we're an hour out. Just having a little snack. Shouldn't really sit down, but whatever. And there's 2 options. You can go up over this little ridge, which says it's an hour, or past the falls, which also says an hour. Falls looks longer on the map, but we think it's going to be flatter, shadier,
I think
and
this
nicer.
will probably be a bit faster because it'll be a steep uphill, and I think it's like straight down after that.
Oh. Okay, well we had decided falls, but we might change our mind, I guess.
Down there are the Taranaki Falls. We're gonna walk over top of it as we make our way to Whakapapa. Alright, so we're walking across a bridge right here, and it's a mountain stream coming down. Actually, that looks pretty nice. And then off the edge there is a massive waterfall. I don't know if we'll actually get to see it. Alright, so we are kind of in the last stages of our trip now. We've come into this like really lush forest area, but we are praying that we are close to the village now because our backs are sore as can be. It's actually quite nice in here. It's nice to have some shade because day 3 is like all sun. I mean, day 2 was pretty much all sun as well, but had a bit of forest area today up until this point. So like 16 kilometers of walking up to this point has been all in the sun. So we're, yeah, thankful to be out of it. All right, there's our volcano one last time. Looking beautiful. And here's our exit, I'm pretty sure. These yellow roofs are a welcome sign. Cannot wait to put my pack down. All right, there it is, Tongariro Northern Circuit, complete. Good job, Beanie. Let's go. Number 2 in the pocket. We've done it. We're in the bag. That was a wild one.
Alright guys, so we're done the Tongariro. We're just at this nice park and wanted to film our final review. So, difficulty?
Difficulty, we've kind of agreed that it's like a medium level. I would rate it a little bit easier than the Waikere Moana.
Yes, I would too. The days have different difficulty. Definitely the hardest day is the crossing day.
Yeah.
Next up Can you bring kids?
I would say probably not. They would have to be older kids, so like going on like teenagers, because it's super exposed, and then the crossing part is super steep and super slippery with lots of scree. What?
I agree. I also think it depends on how much you're willing to carry for them and how much they can carry on their own.
Yeah. Takes a lot of endurance.
Gear. Definitely need sun protection. Like, I actually think that that's the most important gear that you need, because or weather protection. Like, there's no shade, no protection, like Simon said. You need to be prepared. And then hiking boots and poles for sure. It's extremely steep, whether you're going up or down, but when you're going down on the scree, it's so loose, you really need poles. And big water bottles.
Yeah, exactly like Sarah said.
I nailed it.
You nailed it. And then on to our views portion. Sarah mentioned that the first day, or the crossing day, is the best views, and I would agree. Yeah, they're incredible. Out of this world. The entire day basically is unbelievable. And then my kind of personal views on it are that each day kind of gets steadily less exciting. So the second day is also amazing, just in a different way. You kind of walk between the two mountains, as you saw, and then through a really nice forest. And then the last day is pretty much plain, kind of out in the open in like a desert type of scenario. So it is probably the least interesting, but still interesting.
I agree with Simon. Keep in mind that we cut off the first day of the official Northern Circuit, so when we say day 1, day 2, day 3, just follow along with the order that we did. Day 1 being the crossing, most spectacular.
And our overall rating for our second great walk of the 10, what would you put it?
I'd give it a 5 out of 5. It was awesome. The huts were awesome. There's rangers at the huts. You feel quite safe once you're there, because you realize once you get to a hut and check in, you're sort of on their radar. The stars are amazing. We got really blessed with the weather.
Yeah. I would also give it a high 5 out of 5. It is such an amazing hike.
So good.
You're not going to get anything like it pretty much anywhere else in the world, I don't think. So it's very unique to New Zealand and very, very cool.
So the last section is our suggestions. We skipped the first official day on the dock website for the Northern Circuit because Simon had read that it was similar to the last day, pretty flat, just walking through a field. Obviously we can't comment on what we missed because we didn't see it, but we were very, very happy to do the 3 days that we did. Would definitely recommend going the direction we went.
Yeah, 3 days, nice and easy.
Yeah,
nice and simple.
Kind of you hit all the highlights.
Yeah.
And it was awesome. So yeah, that's our Coles notes.
That route also does involve 2 shuttles, so just be prepared that like an extra $20 per person. Cool. I think that's all from us on the Tongariro, so stay tuned for our next great walk when we hike the Abel Tasman Coastal Track. Till then, we'll see ya. Bye.